No, look, there's I always say I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with Spence. He did like almost look very easy.
But I'm gonna go with Canelo because he didn't hold Turkey's hand.
It's two things that you can do with somebody bigger and stronger. You know, you can either try to push them back, you know, because 9 times out of 10, a strong fighter not used to going back.
Canelo Alvarez praised Terence Crawford's knockout power, giving him credit for the dominant performance over Errol Spence, and admitting he made the victory look easier than expected. Still, Canelo noted that Spence is the only truly big name Crawford has faced, casting doubt on the rest of his resume. Looking ahead, Canelo said the truth will be revealed when the two finally share the ring, leaving fans buzzing with anticipation.
Are you tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look, I always say I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with Spence. He did like almost look very easy but I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But you never know in boxing. We'll see.
We'll see, Canelo remarked, hinting that he already has a strong read on Crawford's style and techniques, exuding confidence in his preparation. With a smile, he added that Turki Alalshik will be in for a tough night as he stands in Crawford's corner, making the clash even more heated and personal.
Now you're going to be able to do about it come fight night.
I know Turki is in your corner,
I promise you.
But look, it's going to be very difficult. He's going to be so mad that day. Believe me.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm different.
I see you too.
Canelo's choice to bring in Jaron Ennis for sparring is being praised as a smart and strategic move. According to Johnny Ortiz, Ennis closely mirrors Terence Crawford's body type and fighting style, making him an ideal partner in camp. This gives Canelo the chance to study Crawford's rhythm, movement, and physical tools up close while sharpening his timing and defense. Meanwhile, Ennis benefits as well, gaining invaluable experience by working alongside a seasoned champion. Ortiz calls it a rare win-win situation where both fighters elevate their game, making the setup especially effective.
It makes sense, and it's definitely a good experience for both. Eddie Reynoso and Canelo, shout out to them because now it shows that they serious with a real game plan, and Boots is, to me, everybody's a perfect opponent, I wouldn't say opponent, perfect sparring partner to have to replicate Crawford because they both switch hitters and stuff like that, and they got dog in them and reflexes for sure. So it shows Canelo serious, and on Boots end, to be able to spar a Hall of Famer, top tier guy, it gave him great experience, and you could tell he really wants it. It's a sport where Boots is getting an opportunity to spar a Hall of Famer. Who cares? And in reality, what the fuck loyalty does Boots owe to Crawford when it comes to the sport of boxing? I mean, Crawford didn't do shit even back while Boots was trying to get his opportunity when it was Spence and Crawford. Every time Boots' name got mentioned, you heard the bud clowns be like, oh yeah, he don't deserve it. Oh, who did he fight? Oh, who this and that, man. I ain't trying to hear that shit. It's like it's different shit that you need to be woke up outside of boxing. Boxing is a sport. There's shit that we need to really come together. I didn't see y'all come together like 5 years. The Bud Clowns, because it's real fans, the Bud Clowns is bashing PBC. Everything Boots, when you bring up Boots' name, putting him down, I didn't hear like, oh yeah, instead of fighting Canelo or fighting this person, he should fight Boots.
Josue Benavidez emphasized the value of Canelo Alvarez's decision to spar with Jaron Boots Ennis. He explained that Ennis mirrors Crawford in key areas, physique, movement, and overall style, making him an ideal stand-in during camp. This allows Canelo to mentally prepare for the type of opponent he'll encounter on fight night. Benavidez also pointed out that Crawford's smaller size could become a factor once they step into the ring. In his view, working with a strong, stylistically similar partner not only sharpens Canelo's skills but also fuels his confidence, giving him the sense that he already holds the upper hand before the first bell.
To give Canelo maybe a little bit more confidence that he is sparring somebody really good, and this is a really good fighter, and I think that would be a good motivation, for Canelo Alvarez. I just think that Crawford is too small for Canelo. I think Canelo's too big for Crawford. But in my opinion, I think if Crawford can maybe just tap, get out, tap, hook, get out, maybe once in a while throw a straight punch and just win by points and use his legs, I think I see him winning by decision. But if he tries to exchange with Canelo Alvarez, I think he's going to make a mistake and he's going to get hit with one shot and maybe he can get hurt and that would change the whole fight, But I think he's faster. Crawford is faster and a straight punch, get out, Don't stay there to throw or try to trade with Canelo Alvarez.
Okay, fair to say. Fair to say. Now, do you feel like when it comes down to the demeanor of making that decision of bringing it in, does it show that he's taking this camp perhaps a little bit more serious than others? I mean, what do you think about just the move per se?
It's very difficult to say. He's never brought anybody really good to his camp until this time. Maybe he's lacking enough of confidence, or maybe he just wants to use them to trick the people. Or, it's very awkward and very funny that he brought Ennis to his camp. So, but at the end of the day, they know what they're doing, and we got to respect that. And I think
the global demand for boxing has entered a new era, with streaming platforms now breaking records for live events. The Netflix spectacle between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson pulled in an incredible 65 million viewers, making it the most-watched fight in history. That moment proved the appetite for combat sports goes far beyond traditional expectations. Now, all eyes are on the upcoming showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, a clash carrying the potential to top that milestone. This isn't just about two elite fighters sharing the ring. It's about a historic event unfolding on a worldwide stage. Fans across continents are eagerly waiting to see if this bout can spark even greater excitement and global engagement than the Jake versus Mike spectacle.
Like Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, which was obviously on Netflix as well, the biggest concurrent view was, I think, 65 million. So at one stage of a time, 65 million people were watching that fight, which is crazy, hence why it broke Netflix servers. I do wonder what this does. I think it does around 10 to 15, which is still an incredible number. The problem with these two, and I was saying this morning actually to Gareth A. Davis, like, there's no antagonizer here, is there? No one is willing to play the role of the bad guy, the heel, the bully. And you almost need that a little bit. Like Jake Paul was actually quite smart in the way in which he promoted the Tyson fight. Obviously, look, it's Mike Tyson, but it was promoted so well where Jake was willing to be the guy that, I'm going to fuck up the greatest fighter of all time. He was willing to kind of say all those things and play that role. So people almost tuned in to see him get chinned as well. Neither of these guys are playing that role. Neither of these guys, I don't think, have crossed over massively to non-boxing fans. I mean, to us, they're like gods, but to non-boxing fans, I do wonder how much people know them.
Terence Crawford has never been one to shy away from challenges, and his preparation for Canelo reflects his calculated approach to strategy. He recognizes the obstacles that come with facing naturally bigger opponents, but remains confident there are ways to neutralize them. One key tactic, he explains, is forcing larger fighters to move backward, an adjustment many of them struggle with since they're more accustomed to using their size and strength to control the action going forward.
It's two things that you can do with somebody bigger and stronger. You can either try to push them back, because 9 times out of 10, a strong fighter not used to going back, so it kind of fucks them up in the head,
Yeah.
Or you can just box them because some of them just slower than others because they got flat feet, and they just looking to load up on certain shots.
Now, Crawford's definitely right here. There's two ways to beat a pressure fighter like Canelo. Either you put the pressure back on him, which is where guys like Triple G and Bivol had success, or you use your superior skills and footwork on the outside, which is how Floyd Mayweather won. Now, Crawford, he can't use the pressure approach because he's not as physically dominant as guys like Golovkin or Bivol. You know, Bud is a welterweight or junior middleweight jumping up. He doesn't have the size to push Canelo back. Now, the outside boxing approach, that is definitely Crawford's best chance against Canelo.